Hey, it's Alex Williams with a new stack here today with Erica Brescia, co-founder of Bitnami, Chief Operating Officer at Bitnami. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Excellent. So tell us about Bitnami, what it is. Let's just start from there.
Okay. So, in its essence, Bitnami is essentially an app store for server software. So we package up a ton of open source software. That's why we're here at OSCON today, as well as commercial apps, and make them incredibly easy to deploy both behind the firewall and in the cloud. So as a user, you can come to Bitnami and say, get a stack for WordPress or Drupal or a development environment for Node or Rails. And you get everything completely configured and up to date and ready to run out of the box. And you can choose to deploy that app via a native installer, a VM, or a cloud image for any of the major cloud platforms. And we recently started producing containers as well for most of the applications that we package.
So tell us about that newest introduction, Stacksmith.
Sure. So, if you think about Bitnami's core expertise, we're very, very good at putting pieces together and keeping them up to date and making them run out of the box. And everything that we provided up until now has been kind of ready to go, right? So you can build on top of it, but we didn't really give people access to our tooling to package up their own applications and build their own stacks. So what Stacksmith does as a first step is allows you to create your own Docker file from known good components that Bitnami always keeps up to date, and then it notifies you if there's a security issue or a new update to any one of the components that you're using. And you can do that via the API, their webhooks, or you can even get an email notification. And over time, we'll be adding a lot of functionality to that tool to give people more and more capabilities around packaging up their application, hooking into a CI/CD system, basically automating the entire flow of going from, getting a security vulnerability notification to, patching and updating, or I shouldn't say patching in a containerized world, I suppose, but updating a running production application.
So who is Bitnami for?
It depends. We certainly have a really broad base of users, but a lot of people who are in development or IT ops. So folks will come to us and, get a Rails environment, for example, or Node, and package up an app. And then the nice thing about Bitnami is that, you're getting exactly the same stack and the same configuration across any deployment mechanism. So a developer can download a stack and build on a, local Mac machine, for example, and then their IT ops folks can come and get exactly that same stack on Amazon or Google to put that application into production. So it makes it much easier to move apps across the whole process, and it makes it easier for different groups within an organization to collaborate together. So, we do have a pretty broad user base. On the application side, we certainly have a lot of folks who are, working in departments in large companies who come to us just to spin up Drupal or something without having to go to their IT department to get it running.
Okay. And so tell us then a little bit about the direction for Bitnami over the next year or so.
So obviously a lot of focus on containers, but again, in packaging up our tooling and making that available. So we're going to be coming out with 2 new products that build on top of Stacksmith over the course of the year that give people increasing amounts of functionality to package up and deploy applications both behind the firewall and in the cloud. And I think the cloud piece is obviously incredibly important for us. We're the top provider of applications on Amazon and Google and Azure and Oracle and VMware and CenturyLink and 1&1 and GoDaddy and a bunch of others. So we're looking to kind of tie in with those platforms and help people bridge from internal development environments to actually being able to deploy and manage apps in production in the cloud. And if you look at the way that all the cloud platforms are going, everybody will have a container story by the end of the year. Most of them do already. And we certainly want to be a part of that and see it as a pretty natural evolution of what we've been doing really over the last decade.
So what's a good way for people to learn more about Bitnami and actually try out the technologies you offer?
Sure. Sure. So you can go to bitnami.com and click on the applications link at the top of the page, and you'll see we package over 130 applications, and they're all free to use. So you can choose an app, and you'll see if you click on deploy to the cloud, there's a 1-hour free trial of every single application that we package on all the cloud platforms that we support. If you want to check out Stacksmith, go to stacksmith.bitnami.com, and you can sign up for a free account. The service is totally free right now. It's in beta, and you can start building your own Docker files from there.
Great. Well, Erica, thank you very much for taking some time to tell us more about Bitnami. And that's bitnami.com, correct?
You got it. Thanks so much for having me, Alex.